Hey, happy July 2020. Summertime is here. And who wants to cook in the summer? So the best thing to do is to make something that's huge and you can freeze it or eat it for a few days. I got people coming over this evening and we're gonna have a good time eating. Guess what? Marisa's lasagna. So we're gonna prepare the ingredients. There's gonna be eggplant in this lasagna. Here is my sauce. Woo-hoo! Steamy, dreamy sauce. Look at that. And guess what it's gonna be with? Sausage, ricotta. Wait and see. Now look at this basil. Delicious, fresh from my garden. Look at how beautiful she is. Oh my word. Guess where that's going? You guessed it. Yes, you sure did. Right in. Oh, follow me, follow me, follow me.
I'm trying to do it by myself. It's okay. I got it.
It's gonna be so good. Gives it a great smell. Great taste.
Sorry, I don't know why.
And it's absolutely fresh. Don't mind the background noise. My daughter is doing her own cooking with her people, which is really, really cute. Really, really cool. We got cooks in the family. See that? In many ways. Next ingredient we're going to cook is chopped spinach. This one happens to be with kale, so it makes it extra healthy. And you know what? It's so easy to just use frozen as opposed to fresh. Of course, fresh is always, always better. Okay, so eggplants are cooked. All right. This is actually fresh garlic that came in a bulb. Let me show you. Check it out. Absolutely fresh garlic from my CSA. See that? Beautiful, ain't she? Why do we say she for everything? Because she's are beautiful. Here we go. I'm gonna start cooking the spinach kale. Saute the garlic in olive oil. Here is my trifecta: salt, pepper, and garlic powder. Typically I would put butter, but at this point I decided not to. Just let it wilt. Stir it a second. Okay, the oil gets into it. And amalgamating the spices. And then go ahead and put the cover and let it cook. Yes. All right, so here's the spinach and kale. I've decided to do something different. I usually do bechamel sauce. This time, I'm gonna just put the heavy cream in it. Because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mix that with my ricotta. It's gonna give it an extra layer of creaminess. And it's gonna be really good. So I guess maybe a cup is in order. I don't know, did I put a cup in? Maybe not so much. Let's do a little more. Gonna put a little more. Okay. So that, put it on a low flame. Not too low. And just let it simmer. In the meantime, I've prepared my sausage. Took it out of its casing. Here you go. Just split it open and take it out of its casing. Again, that's the thing about lasagna. It's got many parts, and then at the end it's just assembly. But take it out of the casing because look what we'll do next. So, about 10 or so minutes passed. See how it is? And here we have the ricotta cheese. All right, so I'm gonna just put a little bit of salt. All right, my trifecta, a little bit of garlic powder. Because, you know, believe it or not, you want to dress, and some pepper, you want to dress the ricotta cheese too. Now, sometimes they put nutmeg in ricotta, and I think that is absolutely nasty, but that's my own personal opinion. Now I'm going to incorporate the spinach and kale into the ricotta. So hold on. Here we go. I've incorporated the ricotta. Obviously the heat is going to melt it a little, but you know what? We want that because that's what's going to cook the pasta, and you'll see what I mean. Now it's time to cook the sausage. So here I am with that fresh garlic again. Here is the sausage that I minced really finely. All right, sauteing in olive oil. Okay, really quick. Again, this is garlic, and it's fresh bulb of garlic, so that'll be done quick. I'm going to add some white wine. This is going to be a Chardonnay, and you always want to add what you would drink yourself. Okay, nice. You don't really need to add I really don't think you need to add salt because, you know, as you know well, the sausage is full of salt. That's one of the things that preserve it. Okay, so you're cooking this. All right. So it's like minced meat, obviously, but I wanted to give it a little flavor. So this is my sausage. Sausage, spinach, and kale lasagna. All right, let this cook, and I'll be back in a second. In the meantime, you see these strips of eggplant? This is what we're gonna do. So now I've incorporated some of the eggplant in the sausage. I remove the excess liquid from the sausage as it cooks, which, as you can see, is nothing but fat. I mean, there's flavor in there too, but yeah, you don't want that. I'm gonna put just some sauce, all right, to moisten it up. But again, it's gonna be layered. Doesn't this look good already? Yes, it does. These, by the way, are San Marzano tomatoes, which are from the Naples region of Italy and are grown in the volcanic soil of Mount Vesuvius. Okay, so a lot of times, you know, typically you boil your pasta first, blah, 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 blah. But this is a great alternative, an oven-ready lasagna. It's rolled flat, no boiling required, because basically it's cooking in the oven with everything that you put in it, all the ingredients, because it's thin pasta, and all the ingredients have already their own, you know, their own juices and the sauce and stuff. So you'll see, I'm starting to build it now. Okay, so first you're putting in your sauce at the bottom of the pan, okay? As you start compiling lasagna, drink some of that wine. Did I say compiling? I meant assembling. So, as you see, there's squares, right? At the corner there, I cut off a little piece to kind of get rounded. And instead of putting them side by side, I overlap just a little bit, okay? again, let me show you that trick with, I take the corner and I just a little. All right. It kind of fits nicely in there, all right? And then you go on from there. Okay, see? That's the assembly. That's how it begins. Now, yeah, at this point, we're gonna put the ricotta. Or should I say the ricotta and spinach and kale. Now, what I did, because it was hot and it kind of melted the ricotta a little bit, I put it back in the refrigerator as I was continuing, so it kind of coagulated a little bit. So, and use this handy dandy little cup. Get your concoction and start spreading the news. I'm leaving today. Oh, that would be great. I'm gonna be a part of it in old New York. No, I gotta be a part of someplace different. Been in New York for 40 years. It's kind of enough. Actually, what am I saying? Yeah, 42 years. Look at the beauty. Just look at that beauty. And then you're gonna kind of like spread it around, right? And great way to do that is to use a spatula. Okay. Look at that already. Delicious. So what I'll also do is put some mozzarella and then my sausage. Okay, here's some beautiful mozzarella cheese. By the way, it's not mozzarella. Please don't defile that. It's mozzarella. So let's put some mozzarella cheese. Okay. Now, mind you, I'm the one who's cooking, filming. Talk about multitasking, right? Okay. That's good. Nice layer, even layer of cheese. And some of you might be saying, God, it's so hot outside. Why in the world would you be doing this? Well, because I'm in an air-conditioned place. That's number one. And then number two, again, you make this big plate. I have people coming over, so that's fun. And then whatever's left over, you can eat over a couple of days or freeze it, and you're good to go. Now it's time to put in this. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that beauty. Look at that beauty. And that's the first layer. Now time for the second, and repeat it. See? Here's the next layer on this. Now the second layer, you're gonna put your delicious sauce, and yes, even with the basil, because why not? That's what gave the flavor to begin with. Now, okay, remember I told you, so this is like no boil lasagna. Why? Because this sauce and everything else, all the juices of everything else, whether it's a sausage or whether it were minced meat, if that's what you would use and plate, you know, instead of sausage. I chose sausage today because I wanted to do something different. And sausage is very, very tasty and sweet. And anyway, so whatever juices that you have that are going to be in what you do is going to be the liquid with which this very thin pasta is going to absolutely cook. Okay, so don't be worried. No, you don't have to cook this. You don't need to. Look how thin it is. See, look, see how thin it is? So it's an ingenious way that they made pasta, And you don't have to worry about it. Look, it's perfect. It's awesome. You'll see. Okay, at this point, so either we can put the, you know what, I'm gonna put the, I'm going to put the sausage first. See? How beautiful is that? Now we're putting the last layer, which is the sauce, the spinach and kale with ricotta. See? Because of the liquid beauty that is this, it's just gonna be perfect, and it's gonna cook everything. And you know, so again, the typical way of doing lasagna is with minced meat, chopped minced meat, regular meat. I've done it with sausage before because, you know, sausage is very tasty. Sausage, all the seasonings that they put in sausage makes it very, very tasty. So why not, you know, give yourself the option of trying something different. Okay, and look, and that's perfect. I mean, this is a mother load of a lasagna. I mean, God. I don't know how much more you can put into this, but I'm pretty much done with this, right? And then, what else? And by the way, if there were any left over, even if it was the sausage or the, this part, you know, the spinach with the ricotta and everything, you could like save that for the next day or in a couple of days. And just boil some pasta. And let's say there was even this itself, believe it or not, there's so much goodness in here with a little bit of sauce, and if there was any left, which there is none, you would just throw some boiled pasta in there, swirl it all around, put a final nice little bit of olive oil, and good to go. So hold on, it's time for the mozzarella cheese. Final layer, and it's actually quite a lot, but we're gonna make it nice, and just sauce and the final cheese, and that's pretty much it. And put it in the oven, and it's good to go. Okay, let me show you the final thing. Give me a second. Okay, sauce is all around it, and there it is. So all we got to do now is cover it up, put it in the oven. Typically, if you're going to eat it right away, 375 oven for about, you know, half an hour, 45 minutes. But I'm going to be cooking it slow today because it's going to be a little bit until my guests come. So we'll just leave it at that. I'll show you the finished product soon. And in it goes. Ooh, let's see what happens. And there you have it, people. How do you like that? Doesn't she look beautiful? Why do we call things she? Have you ever wondered? Because I guess only she is a beautiful thing. He, maybe not so much. Wow, look at this. Does it make you want to say, eat me, eat me? Who wants to come over? Alright, hold on. We're going to do a cut through and then a taste test. So hold on. And we're done. Here it is, people. Kitchen Marisa. Buon appetito. And I hope you make it yourself. How amazing does that look? Yes. Buonissimo. Till next time. Arrivederci.